Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of The Explainer. I am so incredibly pumped to be here with you today because we are diving into a truly electric Group F matchup. It's the Netherlands taking on Tunisia. Look, if you're a fan of tactical masterclasses, lightning-fast execution, and just pure, relentless effort, you are in the right place. We're going to break down exactly how this entire thing unfolded, from a totally wild opening right down to the final whistle. Let's get into it. Right off the bat, let's not bury the lead here. The final score was Netherlands 3, Tunisia 1. And with this massive win, the Dutch didn't just walk away with 3 points, they locked down the absolute top spot in their group. I mean, this was a statement. They stepped onto that pitch with a mission to just totally dominate, and spoiler alert, they did. But honestly, the real story is how they got to that 3-1 result, and it is a fascinating ride.
Section 1. The lightning start. Okay, so set the scene. We're at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The whistle blows, the crowd is going absolutely wild, and what happens next is just a devastating opening blitz by the Dutch. You know how teams usually kind of feel each other out in the opening minutes of a major tournament? Yeah, the Netherlands basically threw that playbook straight in the trash. It only took one shocking number to completely silence the Tunisian fans. 7. That's it. 7 minutes of game time to completely and utterly overwhelm Tunisia. By the time you've poured your coffee and sat down on the couch, the Dutch had already completely rewritten the trajectory of this match. Going down 2 goals in 7 minutes, that is a massive psychological hurdle for any team to overcome. Let's actually walk through how those chaotic 7 minutes went down. Minute 1, we kick off. The pressure is instantly at a 10 out of 10. By minute 3, absolute disaster strikes for Tunisia. The Dutch are pressing so hard that it forces a major error, and Ellyes Skhiri accidentally knocks in an own goal. And get this, that was literally the 12th own goal of the entire tournament. Just crazy. Then, blink and you miss it, minute 7 rolls around. Brian Brobbey steps up, shows off some absolutely brilliant striker instincts, and calmly taps in the second goal. 2-0. Just blistering pace. So think about it. What do you do when you're up 2-0 before you've even broken a real sweat? Well, the Dutch made a really smart, calculated, tactical shift. They didn't just blindly chase a third goal and leave the back door wide open. Instead, they just decided to monopolize the ball. By passing it around and dictating the possession, they completely killed the chaotic energy of the game. They basically put a stranglehold on the match tempo right up until the halftime whistle, making sure Tunisia couldn't get any kind of emotional counterattack going. Section 2. Tunisia fights back. But hey, football is a game of 2 halves, right? Coming out of the tunnel after the break, the whole vibe shifted. You really have to give it up for Tunisia here. Being down 2 goals that fast, it would have been so easy to just fold. But they didn't. They came out swinging with this totally renewed spirit and flat out refused to quit. And this wasn't just blind effort, it was real quality execution. A lot of that came down to Hannibal Mejbri. He's been their standout guy all tournament, and he proved it again by whipping in this absolutely gorgeous cross into the box, and right there waiting for it was Hazem Mastouri, who just rose up and buried a phenomenal header into the back of the net. So we hit the 54th minute, and boom, Mastouri's header makes it 2-1. Now, I want you to just imagine the energy in that stadium at that exact moment. The momentum has violently shifted. Tunisia is buzzing, the crowd is back in it, and suddenly the Dutch are the ones looking a little nervous. For 8 incredibly agonizing minutes, everybody was thinking the exact same thing. Wait, are we actually about to witness a legendary tournament comeback? Section 3. Sealing the deal. Well, the true mark of a championship team isn't just how they start, it's how they react when they get punched in the mouth. And the Netherlands? They didn't panic at all. They just flipped the switch right back to their attacking best and ruthlessly slammed the door shut. Fast forward to the 62nd minute. Step 1, the Dutch instantly ramp up the high press, suffocating the pitch. Step 2, Tidjani Reinders finds this tiny little pocket of space and delivers a completely flawless cross. And step 3, Jan Paul Van Hecke is right there to not home the header. It was just so clinical. In the span of 8 minutes, they snuffed out the comeback, got their 2-goal cushion back, and pretty much ended the game right there. Section 4. Group F Final Standings. Let's zoom out from the 90 minutes for a second and look at the big picture for Group F. Sitting pretty at the very top, you've got the Netherlands with 8 points. Total dominance. They are the official group winners, and they are marching straight into the round of 32. On the flip side, obviously, it's a really tough exit for Tunisia. 0 points, 3 consecutive losses, and the goal differential is, yeah, it's pretty rough. They only managed 1 goal while giving up 8 across their matches. It was definitely a brutal tournament for them, even with the real flashes of fight we saw today. But swinging back to the Dutch for a second, we really have to talk about Brian Brobbey. 3 World Cup goals so far, making him the absolute breakout star of this tournament. That tap-in today? Definitely not a fluke. The guy is a lethal threat in the box. Honestly, every single defense left in this tournament is going to have to dedicate serious film room time specifically figuring out how to stop his poaching because he is on fire right now.
Section 5, the next challenge. All right, so the group stage is officially in the rearview mirror. Now it's knockout football. The pressure is on. Up next for the Netherlands is a huge round of 32 clash against Morocco. And this matchup actually sets up a really interesting debate about how far this Dutch team can actually go. Are they a runaway freight train, or are we ignoring some serious red flags? Because look at the offensive output. They absolutely crushed Japan 5-1, they thrashed Sweden 5-1, and today they handled Tunisia 3-1. They are an absolute scoring machine. But when you look at their defense, there's a real question mark. Remember, the data shows they also previously allowed a 2-2 draw against Japan. So yeah, they can outscore practically anyone on the planet, but they've shown they can be vulnerable at the back when they're truly put under pressure. Which brings us to the massive question we have to leave you with today. Is this Dutch defense actually ready for Morocco? When the lights are brightest in a knockout game, will their backline hold up? Or are they just going to have to cross their fingers and hope they can outgun the other side? Man, I cannot wait to find out. I'd love to hear what you guys think about their chances. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today as we broke all this down. If you enjoyed this explainer and you want to keep up with all the tactical breakdowns for the rest of the tournament, make sure you're subscribed. Until next time, keep learning and enjoy the beautiful game.